Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make chocolatey bread at home. Where the whitey bread star unwana and then the trimbem namin show kwan obefa so aye chocolatey bread ewufie. In this recipe, I'll be showing you the two dough method that you will use to make the tea bread. So in the first method, I'll add 3 cups of bread flour into the bowl. 1 cup milk powder, 1 tablespoon sugar, a teaspoon nutmeg, a teaspoon salt, and 1 sachet instant yeast. You may use dry active yeast as well. Next, mix together to be well combined. After you are done mixing, next add 1 egg into it and start to mix the egg with the flour. After mixing the egg with the flour, next add 1 cup of water and start mixing to form the dough. And if today is your first time stopping by my channel, oh, you are warmly welcome. And I will be so happy for you to join us by subscribing and turn on the notification button so that you will not miss out in any upload that I make. Say enani da edikaya we hu mi channel ya ende mema wa akwaba na meni be Jesus say obe kan ye ho na wa subscribe na wa share recipe ni so ama obi foforo me da ase. Once you are done forming the dough, next you go in with your margarine and begin to form until the margarine and the dough is well incorporated. Once it is well combined, you will see that it is sticking to your hands at this point. That means it is well combined. So next, you're going to set aside and clean your working board nicely. And sprinkle some flour on top of the working board and transfer the dough on it. Now, ensure to add some of the flour to your hands and begin to knead the dough nicely for about 10 to 15 minutes. This is quite a hard job, but you can do it. You may use your stand mixture if you have one, okay? This I'm doing for presentation purposes, but it is very easy. Just make sure to knead it with the heel of your palm and then you'll get it very right. So if you look at the way I am kneading it with the heel of my palm and I'm kneading it very fast and nice. When you knead it this way, it is very fast and nice and easy as well. So once it is done kneading, this is how it look, okay? Just look at that. It is very beautiful and nice. And at this point, I'm going to fold the dough once I'm done and set aside and move to the second part. In the second part, I'm using same 3 cups of bread flour and I'll go in with 1 cup of milk powder, a tablespoon sugar, a teaspoon salt, 2 tablespoons cocoa powder, and 1 sachet instant yeast. You may use dry active yeast as well. And mix together to be well combined. After mixing, add 1 egg and vanilla flavor and start mixing them with the flour to be well combined. Next, you go in with 1 cup of water and begin to mix and form the dough beautifully. If you have stayed with me, beloved, till now, I'm so grateful and I thank you so much for supporting me. Please do well to share my videos and also like them for me. Thank you. At this point, I am mixing with my hands to ensure that they are well combined, okay? Once it is well combined, then I'll go in with the margarine and begin to mix very well. Ɛyɛ na sɛ wopɛ sɛ wohu kwan yɛfa so to pan no ɛne nneɛma pastries ne ade a mpatwɔ yɛ a na follow me channel yi na share ma obi nso anya bi na subscribe nso sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a mɛtumi de recipes abrɛ mo meda mo ase sɛ wohwɛ de way a mesi yɛ no no a wo follow procedure na wobɛnya no pɛpɛɛpɛ na meka me kyerɛw sɛ wodi saa tea bread yi a da bia ɛno ara na wobɛyɛ wonyɛ white tea bread nko a bio wɔ fie. So here I'm done mixing the dough very well and I'll set aside, flour my board and transfer the dough on it. Here I'm going to knead it for about 10 to 15 minutes as well. Nti aha sei no mede me nsa na yɛde twe pan no ni mu. Sɛ na anka Ghana anka ɛdɔɔso a yɛde bɛkɔ machine ma mo atwe pan no ni mu. Ɛno na broni ka sɛ wo kneadi pan no another bread no. Nti sɛ woyɛ a hwɛ de way si ayɛ kama so ma twi mu mede me nsa atwi mi kneadi saa for about 10 to 15 minutes. Nti wo hwɛ de way si ti na ayɛ kama. So now that I'm done kneading my dough, next I'll divide it into 6 equal parts. Aha metwitwa mu nsia. And I will do the same thing to the white dough. I'm going to divide it into 6 equal parts as well. White dough no nso no metwa mu nsia saa sɛnea metwa chocolate one ni mu nsia no saa. After dividing the dough, add flour to your working space and add a piece of the cream dough on top. You also add the chocolate dough on top and ensure that you press them for them to be equal at the edges. Now add some flour on top and start rolling. Why am I adding the flour? The flour will help you to prevent the rolling pin from sticking to the dough and also the board. So ensure that always there is flour on the board. And here ensure to flip it over. Once I roll one side, I flip it over and roll the other side until I get the desired thickness that I am looking for. And one tips that you need to know about tea bread is that it eats a lot of flour, so ensure that you flour it enough, okay? That will prevent it from sticking to the board and also on the rolling pin. So as you can see, I have rolled it to my desired thickness and how long I want it. It has to be long, that is why I was rolling it. So at this point, I'm going to roll it over to the end and start to pinch the end. I'm sealing the end nicely. Just look at the way I am doing it. And also seal the edges to be very small. When you seal the edges, ensure to roll it and also roll the edges to be very smaller and thin. That is how we make tea bread in Ghana. Ghanaian tea bread is always thin at the end and then large in the middle. So make it the same way, okay? While share the way I see tea bread na ayɛ fɛfɛɛfɛ. While share Ghana tea bread akono yenwie yenso ɛyɛ akono pra keke. So now it is very nice. The shape is perfect. So I'm going to set aside and repeat another one for you to see. The other one, I placed the cream dough on the board, added the chocolate dough, and start to press to the end to be equal and start to roll it. Here, I roll one side and flip it over and roll the other side until it becomes long. We are making Ghanaian long tea bread, so it is always long and smaller at the edges. We also do mini tea bread as well, but most time we do it long. That is what we usually know. Okay, so once I'm done rolling it to be longer like this, I start folding it to the end and start pinching the ends to seal it nicely, and ensure to roll the edges, the ends to be very long. Please, my house is noisy. Forgive me if you hear noise in my video because I live in a noisy area, so most times it's difficult for me to do voiceover. Okay, please pardon me. So I have rolled my dough and just look at that. It is very beautiful and nice. So I will set aside and then repeat the same process until I am done with all my dough. Once I'm done with all the dough, next I will transfer it into a paper lining tray. You may use just flour to flour the tray and then add your pieces of rolled dough. Okay, you don't really need a paper lining, it is optional. So once I'm done, this is my rolled dough. Okay, this is how they look. I'm going to cover it and allow it to rest for about 45 to 1 hour to rise. And here what I did is to add some of the flour on top of the dough. This is how we make Ghanaian tea bread. Okay, always there are flour on it, so when we take it out after baking, we just take out the flour. Please, if you are learning something new so far, ensure to give me a thumbs up and share for others to also watch, please. And here what I did is to turn on my oven into 170 degrees Celsius for about 5 minutes. And here after an hour, my dough has risen nicely. Just look at that. It is very nice and perfect. So at this point, I'm going to bake it for about 10 minutes or until it is golden brown. And after 10 minutes, this is how my dough look like. Just look at that. My bread is baked nicely and perfectly. Wow, tea bread akono. Asu tea bread enye wa akono ana. So I will set aside and let it cool down and repeat the same process until I'm done baking all my bread. Trust me, this bread is so delicious and addictive as well. Make this and you will thank me later. Just look at my bread, the second one. It is very nice and perfect. Tea bread na ya kono say me pa cho aso when you tea bread you want mama like mama thumbs up na comment share mo bi nsusu enye bi why me da say. And after baking all, here is the result of my tea bread. It is ready. Just look at that. It is very beautiful, nice and yummy. Wow, tea bread ya aso enye wa kono ana. Enye wa kono. I believe you like this video. If you do like it, please do well to give your girl a thumbs up, subscribe, share, and also leave your comment in the comment section. Me pacho subscribe na mi adoma no so weni ji me recipe ho na chemo obi so nya bi nyamre boa ye keye bia ko bye.